Scientists and regular people alike are interested in black holes, which are mysterious objects in space. People have been interested in these mysterious, heavenly wonders for hundreds of years. Black holes are truly amazing things in the world, from their mind-bending gravitational pull to the way they break the rules of physics. Scientists and space fans are still confused about what the James Webb Space Telescope has finally found out about what goes on inside a black hole. Come with us as we dive into the abyss to look into this interesting discovery that the famous telescope made. Other celestial bodies are mesmerized by black holes, which is fascinating both scientists and regular people. These spots in space-time have a very strong gravity pull that stops everything, even light, from getting away because they don't have enough energy. Black holes are what's left of huge stars that have died because of gravitational collapse. They are the end of a star's life cycle. As soon as a star runs out of nuclear fuel, gravity takes over and pulls it down. This collapse keeps going until all of the star's matter is gathered in a very dense area called a singularity, which is ringed by an event horizon. The singularity is in the middle and is a place with infinite density and gravity curvature. At the singularity, our current knowledge of physics breaks down, which makes it hard to explain what happens there. The event horizon is the edge of a black hole that stops all matter, even light, from leaving its gravity. Once you cross, you can't go back. There are different kinds of black holes based on their mass and where they came from. Supermassive black holes live at the centers of galaxies, like our Milky Way, while stellar black holes are made from the remains of very large stars. Two more types that have been thought about are intermediate mass black holes and tiny primordial black holes. These very large stars have a strong gravitational pull that pulls things like gas, dust, and even stars into an accretion ring where they are eaten. Black holes can also send out powerful jets of particles and radiation that show how strange the universe is. Black holes that are very big are one of the biggest mysteries in the world. If you look at black holes in theory, they can only get so big. Ton 618, which is the biggest black hole that has been directly measured, is about this size. With a diameter of more than 1,000 astronomical units, this huge object weighs about 40 billion solar masses. Since TON 618 is in the middle of the solar system, it would take a very small amount of time to get to Pluto from there. TON 618 powers a quasar, which is one of the brightest things in the universe and is 18.2 billion light-years from Earth. Quasars are supermassive black holes that are always eating, joining with other black holes to become even bigger. Their feeding rate, on the other hand, keeps them from getting too big too fast. Astronomers figure out how big a black hole can get by increasing its rate of feeding by how old the universe is known to be. This guess gives us about 50 billion solar masses, but it's still just a guess. There may be other, stranger ways to make big black holes, which would make it harder for us to understand these cosmic events. We are still learning about the universe's secrets. One interesting thing is that big chunks of dark matter are collapsing directly into each other in its early stages. The question, what is the largest black hole in the universe, is what really stands out. It is TON 618 that holds the record, but there may be even bigger black holes out there waiting to be found. Researchers were shocked when the James Webb Space Telescope made an out-of-this-world find not long ago. It found what might be the oldest black hole in the universe. It is at the center of a young galaxy that formed only 570 million years after the Big Bang. This huge object in space has 10 million times the mass of our Sun, which makes it a supermassive black hole. What's even more exciting is the idea that this finding could be the start of a whole new era in the study of black holes. The James Webb Space Telescope can look back in time to the early stages of the world and reveal its mysteries. With this new discovery, scientists hope to find even more black holes during the cosmic dawn, which starts about 100 million years after the Big Bang. Many black holes could have formed and gotten bigger during this time period. However, scientists are still trying to figure out why there are so many black holes and how they got to be so big. Sarah Larson, the lead author of the study and an astronomer at the University of Texas at Austin, says this discovery is very important. This is the first one we're finding at this redshift point in time after the Big Bang, but there should be many more. This time in the past of the universe is just now becoming possible to study in this way thanks to the JWST. I can't wait to find more of them. Black holes are formed when big stars fall apart, and they get bigger by eating gas, dust, stars, and even other black holes. Some of them give off light that can be seen, which makes them active galactic centers. Quasars are the most extreme black holes. They are billions of times heavier than the Sun and give off light blasts that are trillions of times brighter than the biggest stars. Astronomers still don't understand how these sudden, hungry holes in space-time appeared across the young universe. Two main ideas say that these black holes are either the remains of giant stars that grew faster than stars do now, or they are the result of dense gas clouds suddenly collapsing to make holes in space-time. A population 3 star, which was probably the first star in the universe, may have burst around 200 million years after the Big Bang, creating a black hole. The black hole then quickly gathered matter, getting bigger until it was seen. Scientists will keep looking for stronger light signs from the faraway galaxy to find out more about how the mysterious black hole formed. Even though the study hasn't been reviewed by other scientists yet, this discovery shows how powerful the James Webb Space Telescope is and how many exciting new discoveries are still to come. Another new piece of information adds to the mystery. An object that was once thought to be a radio galaxy is actually a black hole pointing straight at Earth. This shows how amazing it is to be able to find things in the vastness of space. Physicists are confused by the strange event because the black hole is currently sending out radiation at almost the speed of light, and its strong jets of high-energy particles, called relativistic jets, are aimed straight at Earth. Scientists have changed the object's classification to a blazar, which is a type of galaxy with jets that point straight at us. The jets coming from the object have changed in a big way. An investigation by experts says that the team used different observation methods, such as radio waves and gamma rays, to look into the object. Their results showed things that are common to blazars, like brightness changes and jets that look a lot like blazars. It led them to believe the object is most likely a blazar. The scientists also saw two lobes, which are places where the jets from the active galactic center interact with the gas around it. These rings show that the jets have, in fact, changed direction. It's interesting that the lobes are very old, which suggests they are leftovers from past activity. On the other hand, the structures closer to the center are likely younger jets that are still active. There are many ideas about what caused this big shift, from the idea that two galaxies joined together to the idea that other large galaxies crashed into the object and changed its direction. More observations are needed to solve this intriguing mystery, which will give us a look into our dynamic and always changing world. In another important finding, scientists may have found secondary proof that black holes are surrounded by a lot of dark matter that we can't see. Dark matter is hard to find and doesn't interact with light. It makes up about 85% of all matter in the world. It does, however, have gravitational effects on normal matter, which leads scientists to believe it exists. To study the gravitational effects of dark matter, researchers from the Education University of Hong Kong use stars circling black holes in binary systems as stand-ins. After noticing that the stars' orbits were moving a little more slowly, they came to the conclusion that dark matter around the black holes was causing a lot of friction, which was slowing down the stars' motions. The study supported an idea that has been around for a long time. Black holes can gather and move dark matter around, which can change the paths of objects in their vicinity. This work gives scientists a new way to look for dark matter around black holes, which helps them be more proactive in their search. In the future, the team wants to look for more black hole binary systems like these to learn more about dark matter. These findings are big steps toward understanding black holes and the strange things that surround them. The search for life in the world goes on, and each new discovery sheds light on parts that were previously unknown. Polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which are important for living things, make it hard for scientists to study how stars form. Astrophysicist Ismael Garcia Bernard from Oxford University led a group that looked at data from JWST's mid-infrared device about three active galaxies. NGC 6552, NGC 7319, and NGC 7469 are galaxies that are millions of light-years away and can be found in different constellations. PAHs are made up of carbon atoms and are everywhere in the world. They help stars form. They give off a lot of infrared light, and MIRI can pick them up when they are exposed to the ultraviolet light from stars. Bernard wanted to find out if the PAH emissions in the star-forming regions were different from those in the dense, ultraviolet-rich middle of active galaxies. When gas falls into a giant black hole, it can release huge amounts of ultraviolet light that makes PAHs glow. Previous theories said that the strong radiation around supermassive black holes would destroy all PAH molecules. However, Bernard found that there were a lot of larger, electrically neutral PAH molecules in the middle parts of all three galaxies that were explored. This means that radiation killed the smaller, electrically charged PAHs, but the bigger ones may have lived because they were protected by thick clouds of molecular gas. The loss. It is hard to figure out how stars form because smaller, electrically charged PAH molecules are usually found in places where stars are growing. But a more in-depth look at a wider range of active galaxies with different features could help astronomers figure out how PAHs live in these conditions and what their unique traits are in the cores of galaxies. This information is very important for figuring out how many stars are being formed in galaxies and how they change over time. As our study of the universe goes on, we will no doubt come across more interesting and mysterious things. It was fun to watch another show of space theory. Click on the video on your screen to see more good material while you're still here.